and start again. To be unsure, but still step in. To dig deep down and find that spark is to live your life with a pony heart. To not fit in and not really care. To find your kind no matter where. To make your way in the darkest dark is to live your life with a pony heart. Now you stand where you belong, in a life that's gentle, safe and strong, under open skies, where journeys start. That's the way of a pony heart. To hold your ground and keep your pace. To turn the years with quiet grace. To know what's next is the sweetest part, is to live your life with a pony heart. So trust the strength that brought you here. So guard the bonds you hold most dear. So keep your joy and make your mark. Just live your life with a pony heart. Now you stand where you belong, in a life that's gentle, safe and strong, under open skies, where journeys start. That's the way of a pony heart. Of a pony heart.
Man, trying not to cry because that is one of Ivy's stories, just so powerful.
I want to just comment again on the sweet comment. I want to comment on the comment that the lady put. And so many of you guys are being so kind. We do have us just the most wonderful, sweetest woman who helps us. Not helps us really. She does it all. She does it all. She takes our videos and then she takes the characters here who live here on the farm or the ranch, and she writes a poem. She sends me the poem and she makes sure that I'm okay with it. I don't know if you know how the process works. And I've asked her to change a couple of things here and there, just things that I understand that she may not know the backstory and different things on. And she'll take it and she'll send me the actual poem, like an actual poem. And just the appointment itself, I can see the direction that she's going to go with it. And then once I say it's beautiful or I love it, whatever, then she takes it back and she gets to work and she'll start finding snippets of videos that all ties it all together.
That job in itself is crazy hard because there's so many videos and it's not like you can type in Ivy. You have to like recall the things that she was in.
No, yeah, you have to recall. You got to be able to go find it. So I don't know what amount, but you know what? She wants no credit for any of that. She wants no credit. And I'm like, why, you weirdo? This is beautiful. Take some credit. She wants no money. But you know, there's another step. Although she also goes and she gets everything copyrighted and puts it in my name.
Aww. So
that no one in the future can ever make it an I'm a Survivor soundtrack and try to sell it on iTunes or anything and make a profit off of her hard work. So she's just really, really wonderful. And I've begged her, guys. I have begged her. I says, let me bring you on. Let me introduce you. Let me pay you something. Let me pay you something. I want to pay you something, lady. And she's just like, this is, she
has a gift. And it's incredible.
Absolutely. She has a gift. So
we didn't even say, hey, y'all.
We didn't say hi to hello. And look at our new coffee mugs. Did you even read that yet?
I did. Coffee
Clinks. It says, I may look calm, but in my head, I've pecked you 3 times. That was Jamie this morning. Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Oh, I can't tell you everything, guys. Darn it.
Lester decided that he was going to sleep in. We'll just say that. Lester decided he was going to sleep in, and mayhem was unfolding. And I came in and asked for help. And what he told me was, I'm doped up on my sleeping pills.
I'm doped up. Yeah. So there was some mayhem here this morning, but I'm sure Jamie was able to handle it because the thing I know, I woke up at my normal time after my doping up had worn off, and I was fine. I finally came to, and I was still in the bed, and everything was fine. Just Trixie staring at me.
I got it. It's all under control. A couple of hours of chores in, and you got some extra sleep.
All I want to say is, ladies and gentlemen, it's raining men. It's raining men, and that's all I'm going to say. As far as what's going on over at the JL Ranch. Because what you guys don't know is that last night was another busy one for this old boy here. For this old boy here, guess what? Another busy one. And I cannot tell you the details, even though I want to. I just want to scream it. You know, I have a hard time keeping a secret. And they all call me Loose Lips Lester.
You have just about loose lipped it twice already this morning.
No, I'm not going to tell the whole story, though. I'm only going to give snippets. I've learned to be quite the tease, Jamie. In my older years, I've learned to be quite the tease. And so what I'm saying is, if I give you all the good, juicy details right now, no matter what you say here, I know you're never going to go watch my content. You're not. And that is how I like to teach and show and share my life, not just talk about it. So you have to be patient.
Okay, I have a problem. There's a hair on this, and there's something in my eye that's itching, and I kept thinking that there was a hair in my eye that going like this. I got it now. It's okay.
You want to wipe that screen off?
I think. Sorry, I'll hold still. Okay.
There we go.
That was so freaky. Look, there really is a hair that keeps blowing in my face and touching me, but there was one across the screen that looked like it was poking me in the eye. No one would understand unless they're seeing it. Anyway, yeah, it's raining men, and Loose Lips Lester can hardly contain himself.
But I can't wait to bring you the video, and I will do all of that. But you have to remember that we don't want to do a video overload, but at the same time, we want to try to keep things in real time, as close to real time as possible.
But hold on a second. I get the nobody wants a video overload, but our life is on overload right now. Like everything is like exploding, imploding.
That's true.
Like it's just happening, and it's just like everywhere you look, there's just things that are just keep happening. So you're getting a dose of reality. I don't know how to say it.
Just don't think that we're trying to take away your time from your family. Please spend time with your family. Now, we will absolutely try to steal time from other creators. We owe nobody nothing. We owe nobody nothing, Jamie. We will take all the time that you got from the internet, please. But we don't mind taking from the other creators, but we don't want to take away from your family, okay? So y'all spend time with your husbands and with your children, with your partners, and your loved ones,
maybe
please.
it's raining where they're at this weekend and they have time to just kick back and watch some things, because some things are going down. That's just what I'll say.
So yes, so no, please just be patient and allow me time to build the video so that I can do it justice, okay? Screw them. They'll be there in November. True that. I'm playing. Well, Jamie, what have you got there?
I have to show you something that's so adorable. Somebody laid eggs today, and it's yesterday and today. It was the first 2 times. These are teeny tiny little pea pat eggs. They're the smallest.
Hank, move. Those are not for you.
Look how cute that they are.
Sorry, guys. It's not about you, Hank.
Do I know what I want to do with these? No. But I needed to show someone because they're so petite and tiny, yet so big to come out of her too. Like when you think about how big this is compared to her little body, I was like, baby, are you okay? Like
that's
her
pea pat.
Yeah, her little crop is like females can get a little, a comb as well. It's a comb, not a crop. Her little comb is flopped over at the top, and I started to freak out because I'm like, oh no, that's not a good sign. It's because she's in her first egg production that it flopped over. So her body's putting it towards that, like kind of crazy, but they are the teeny tiny little baby eggs. So if you were going to have lunch, you might need 10.
Oh yeah. You would need a lot of those.
Anyway, I was excited. I know that not everybody's into chickens. And I told Lester last night we were falling asleep because
no. We were almost in an argument last night in my drunken state.
He's dozing off, and I'm rattling off chicken stuff because I just went out to go check on everybody one more time.
You do know I'm gonna tell this whole story.
I'm gonna tell the whole story.
Okay.
I'm rattling off chicken stuff, and he's dozing off and whatever. And I was like, I'm sorry. I'm sounding like a full-blown insane person. I'm sitting here, I'm talking about how cute it was that Terrence and Clarence, who they snuggled up to tonight, and some of my new chickens can't figure out the coop situation, and they're like hanging out on the front porch of it, and like I'm just rambling nonstop. And I called myself out, and I was like, I'm sorry. I know that chicken stuff is not as exciting as Longhorns, is what I said. And then Lester goes, hold on, I was dozing off. Let me roll over and pay attention. And I was like, that's not what I meant. I was calling myself out.
All right. So Jamie did come to my beck and call yesterday. I found myself in a panic situation over to JL. Now, like I said, I'm not going to tell you the whole story.
2 days in a row.
2 days in a row.
Without being asked.
I found myself in a panic situation, and rather to err on the side of caution, I called and says, please come help just in case. I think I'm fine, but please come help just in case. So Jamie's just all cute because we were going to go eat. When I got home, we were going to go eat. So she shows up all cute, and then she has to throw her boots on. I'm like, you like you're going country dancing? We're trying to, and I'm just not very easy to work with sometimes. I'm not very easy to work with, but she just come a running to help out. And boy, she did good the night before. If I don't talk about yesterday for now, but the night before that I can talk about, can we all just give a big old pat on the back to this old city gal? This city gal turned country on me.
That night he didn't ask. He didn't ask at all. And I jumped
This
in the
city
car and
gal
got
come
there.
country.
I have a confession to make about that night, though. I was dressed like a lumberjack.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. He said, I just got done with chores. I just got done lifting 1,400 pounds of feed, and I was disgusting. And I literally, my butt hit the chair in the shop in front of the fan, and I opened my phone, and here's a video from Lester. It goes, what do you think about this?
Yeah.
And his little feet poking out. And I was like, emergency, that's golden.
I know.
So I get inside and change clothes, knowing that we're going to have to go out back, and I know how tall some of those weeds are, and that I should not do this in a dress. Well, I don't know where my pants are. It's 100 degrees here. So the only thing
we put our clothes up in the attic up in the loft during the
all I have
seasons.
are my golf overalls. So I'll throw those on, and I only have new boots because my good boots, my broken boots, the sole has completely fallen off of. So all I have is
Pippi
brand new.
Longstockings.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
put on the only tall socks that I own, which say "Welcome to the shit show." Okay, and they're orange and green and ridiculously tall. I just looked ridiculous, but I didn't care. I got there.
Listen, I was just so impressed because, well, first of all, I don't know if you all noticed this or not, but I was trying to teach Jamie. Not only was we trying to have ourselves a beautiful relationship moment, because
There was no beauty.
moments are made of beautiful, the moments that take your breath away, Jamie, or the moments that count. You used to put that, where's that darn quote? There's a quote somewhere.
No. Here's how it goes.
The moments that take your breath away that count. Tell me the quote, gosh darn it. It's not the number of breaths you take, but it's the number of breaths that take away. The moments that take your breath away is the moments of breath you take.
I have no
idea. That count.
I have no idea.
There's something like that, y'all. You know what I'm saying. You've seen the quote. Anyway, I was trying to give Jamie a moment to take her breath away moment.
No, he was
and
not.
I was holding the rope. I had to hold the rope.
No, he was not. Here's when Lester Morrow is stressed, you just let him be stressed and let him say all the things. And in the meantime, you silently work to solve. So I did. And then when I was silent and I was just doing it, he gets more vocal about, what are you doing? First of all, you take the things when you're working in cattle situations and you remove them from your relationship. All things that happen when
this
working
is not
cows,
the way I remember the night, but go ahead. I'm just gonna,
you remove them. Okay.
I'm gonna listen.
It's not the way we remember
Selective memory, I guess. Jamie.
Yes.
Go ahead, though.
If you
Tell
it's
your
probably
version.
all the parts that you edited out, to be honest.
Tell your version, and I'll tell the truth later, okay?
He's over there like, we must rope her. We must get her up against her. We must do this. And I'm like, she's standing right here at the fence. I can just reach in and pull.
Yeah, that part is true. That part is true.
And he's like, you can't do that. She's gonna run from you. She's gonna do this thing. I'm like, no, she literally has backed her behind up to me. Like, she's asking me to do this. Meanwhile, he's over here doing
Jamie,
this.
I'm Longhorn Lester, gosh darn it.
Did you leave the part in about where you kept saying the rope was left-handed?
The rope was left-handed.
Oh my God.
To Jake.
The rope is not left. It's the same rope he's had for 8 years.
No, I have 3 ropes. Well, I used to have 2. Now I found the third, and that's the one that I grabbed, and it's a left-handed rope.
Okay, so the whole time he's doing this and he's missing, he goes, it's left-handed. It's a rope. There's no such thing as a left-handed rope.
Yes, there is. Yes, it is, Jamie.
It's a rope.
Cowboy people, please tell her that it's the way that it's the way that the end is tied if it's right or left-handed, Jamie. You ever seen cowboys reflip them? I didn't have, it was dark and there were snakes and I was scared, okay? And I had babies being born. I should never brought it up. Why do you even bring these things up? Why even bring this up, Jamie?
It was very stressful. But fortunately, 8 years together, I already know what the stress level.
Thank you for everyone who's telling me that the ropes are different for right and left-handers. Thank you. It's the way the knot is tied. Thank you.
Well, all I know is he kept saying, it's left-handed, it's left-handed. Every time he missed. And I'm positive.
Left-handed. I can throw a lariat. Tell him that I can, Jamie.
You can throw it.
I've roped it plenty.
But it would throw just fine and he would miss. And then he would be like, it's left-handed.
It's like a left-handed hammer, Jamie.
Left-handed screwdriver, right? I know. My grandpa used to send me to go look for one. So like, yeah. So he's saying it's left-handed. And meanwhile, mom keeps coming up to the fence and I'm on the other side of the fence. By the way, I am at the jankiest gate in the world that has no closure to it. And he's like, just stand there in front of it. Don't let her out. And it's not just her. I'm gonna
go for coffee refill.
Oh, already?
Yeah, I'm just chugging it down. You're talking.
So Ruby's in there, and I think Loretta, right?
Oh, it was a Reba.
No, it was Ruby and one more. Reba was behind me. So I am amongst Longhorns in this situation, and he's over here lassoing his heart out, trying his hardest. He was trying his hardest. It was not a laughing time. It was not like, now we can go back and laugh at it because of how things turned out. But in the stress of those moments, you know, in your head.
You want more coffee? You have a lot of cream in there.
Oh yeah, a little bit of coffee. You know in your head that every minute counts. And when you're dealing with a Longhorn who's not gentle, handleable, who would not go into the squeeze shoot lot, like anything like that. You're at the mercy of the circumstances that you're in. So I'm not digging at Lester because as a team we did this. This was not all Jamie and it was not all Lester. But in the stress of those moments, looking back now and hearing, I should take all of those funny moments now and like call and make a video calling out all the bloopers from that night.
Well, oh no, I deleted and deleted.
You did not.
I hid my stuff for eternity.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did. There were things that I never want anyone to see. Listen, here's an example. Like Jamie said, Ruby was in the pasture with me. We got Charlene into a corner pasture where there's a little bit of light. We had our side-by-side lights. I had the left-handed rope, and I was struggling with this left-handed rope. But every time I would spin it, you have, guys, if you don't know, you don't know. But when you spin that rope, I'm not trying to be sexy, but when you spin that rope, you got to get into it. But Ruby's horns and her tail kept doing this. She thought I was playing with her.
But it wasn't. But the thing is
she thought I was playing, and my rope kept hitting her. And every time
it didn't hit
gosh darn it. Why would I make that up?
It didn't hit her, but you kept saying it did.
And
that was the funniest part in the world to me was like, you're calling like, Ruby, it's your tail. Like,
babe, Ruby was all over me wanting to play.
I know she was.
I'm swinging the rope and I could not get the rhythm of the rope. And so I missed several times before I finally roped that cow. But it was Ruby's horns who kept doing this, and she kept hitting the rope and throwing the entire rhythm off. You got to do that rhythm, whoop, 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 and you got to keep going till that cow turns the perfect shape, angle, and then you lasso. It was a hellacious evening, but all I come to say was I'm really proud of Jamie, and this has turned into a make fun of Lester moment.
It's turned into make fun of the night moment.
I just wanted to come out and say I'm so proud of you. You helped me so much. We did a wonderful job. We had a lot of fun teaching and working with each other. And if we were on a show that had to work together, people would hate us. They would hate me.
Hold on a second.
They would also hate you.
That was different. We work together all the time. In a life or death situation, when stress gets elevated, it is best. Like I said, I know what's going to happen over here. So I mostly just step back. And then every once in a while, I have to give him a little reset of pull it together. And then he's like, why are you being mean to me? And
she
I'm
can be so mean. You don't know that side of Jamie.
You don't know the side of mean Lester.
I will never, ever reveal the side of Jamie that you will have never seen, because she can be mean, and say the meanest things to me.
It is not mean. It was matter of fact. And then he's like, why are you being mean? I'm like, you just screamed at me for the last hour and told me all the things that I'm doing wrong and can't do while I did them in front of you.
I did high five her and popped her on the ass when we were all done. I said, look at you go, girl. Look at you go. Let's do it again. High five and pop on the ass. Okay. That's what we do, like football players.
Yeah, good game. So I have one other call out, and it's a call out about me. And
hold on. Just answer this. Georgia says, how much cursing was involved?
Not really.
I don't think there was one curse word.
No.
So it was an elevated voice level. It was elevated as far as the volume and as far as how fast I talk. You guys know that I can talk. And so I was saying 100 things, because here's the problem. I kind of knew what we had to do, and Jamie saw it a little bit differently. And I will say that there were some things that I was right on, and there was some that Jamie was right on. One thing that I was right on is the fact that with his mama cow, Charlene did back it up to Jamie for help. That was a beautiful, beautiful moment.
At one point in time, though, she came to the fence with her horns towards me, like put the rope here. And
hey, Dad's having a hard time with that left-handed rope.
Just lay it over my horns.
Put the rope on my horns and help Dad.
She ain't gonna let you do that. Give me that rope. And then he's like, it's left-handed. I don't need it to be any-handed. I'm literally gonna drape it over her because that's what she's showing me that she wants you to do.
Yeah, she did do that. I will say that she did do that. She walked to the fence and just looked right at Jamie this close, and just stood there and like put the rope over my head. And
she was asking for help.
Rope me. Lester can't rope me. Just put the rope over my head. And then secondly, whenever I finally Well, after that, she turned her behind to Jamie and offered her those baby legs and says, here, pull, just
and
pull.
I couldn't get a grip. So I had a grip, and it was so hard through the fence that what I needed to do was I needed to go down further, but I was restricted by the fence.
Yeah, we were trying to pull through
I
a
would have
fence.
had it in that moment had I had more leverage to go down, but I didn't. So the other call out I was going to say is I didn't know why I didn't know it did it whenever in real life, but last night
I like this Cherokee Raider. Why do you all feel the need to bash Lester? In my Southern Belle voice. Why do you all need to feel the need to bash on Lester? It's so uncalled for. It says more about you than him. Shame on you. Thank you, sweet lady. I don't think anyone's bashing. And I think that if you are bashing, it's in joke. And because the same way Jamie and I are playing right now, I think that you guys are playing as well. But we'll talk about that.
It's a debrief, okay? Like this is the debrief and the way that we look back on it now. And as you can see, we're laughing. It's gonna be okay.
Oh yeah, we're laughing.
No need to shame anyone or be mean and like don't start fights. It's all gonna be fine. But what I was saying is last night we're watching the video one more time and just replaying some of those moments, trying to learn from our own lessons. And when Lester gets the baby to the point where its shoulders are going to pass and Charlene moans, I moaned with her.
Yeah, that was kind of awkward. I didn't know what.
And I don't know why.
I turned around. I didn't know who it was moaning because I'm like, how's Charlene throwing her voice over towards Jamie?
I had empathy pain, I guess. I don't know, but I moaned right along with her, and I was like, boy, that's freaking weird.
Now, hold on. And when we say moan, it's like,
I made that noise.
You remember the way that Brienne gagged a couple of years early, like literally gagged on video? This Jamie literally moaned. She gave y'all a moan from hell.
But I don't know why.
I don't either.
And I didn't even realize I did it until I was like, suddenly I'm a doula. Like, I don't know. Like, let's do this together. Girl power. But it was innate. Ooh. Like, it just happened. And I didn't even realize that I did it. So that was kind of crazy. But I had seen when I pulled the feet out on the other side and saw the face and was able to clear around the face to be able to get that part out. That was great. The other thing I'll say is that there was never a time we had to go inside of her. So for the people who are adamant about why aren't your gloves long?
Oh, we have long gloves. Trust me. You ought to see them on me. You ought to see how I look in those things.
There's also no grip with those gloves, though.
Those when you put that lube on there, boy, you ain't got no grip at all. So let me just tell you what Jamie did do. And so, yes, I told you guys that I was going to edit the heck out of that video because we put it all together and we had over an hour and a half of raw footage. And I did not think that you guys wanted to watch Ruby mess with the rope. I mean, who wants to see that kind of stuff? Ruby messing with the rope as no one wants to see that.
It might be on my. I have some.
No. Don't you even try to find.
Are you serious? Like this is going to the vault.
Listen, just know that we have a very healthy baby based on what we can tell. And we're watching her like a hawk. She is eating very well. But once again, just know that she was born in a very traumatic birthing process, one that we don't like to see, one that we have a little bit of experience with now, and we're learning more each time. So we did things this time, even I would say differently, and I'll say better than we did 3 weeks ago when Danny had a calf born in a very similar manner. So mom is fine and calf is fine.
Mom is fine and doesn't want to be a mom.
No, mom does not want to be a mom, but not to worry. Jamie is taking care of all of that. And Jamie and I have helped as well, but we're taking care of baby feedings and baby's doing wonderful. So there's a whole lot more story to tell that will be told. So like I said, when we first started this entire thing, I don't want to give everything away in a live video that half the folks are not listening to because they're over consumed with the chat. So just allow us to work on our pace and get videos built, and so we can share the full length versions so that everyone can enjoy, not just a few folks here on a live.
I'm gonna dig out the bloopers.
And she's going to dig out the bloopers. Great. Well, like I said, I just wanted to give Jamie full credit. And in saying so, I've also says, Jamie, I'm going to let you have this little calf. She's yours. Now, she'll live with the Longhorns. She's a cow. She needs to be with cows. But I says, Jamie, I'm going to give you this Longhorn. I'm going to give her to you because you helped save her little life. And in saying so, I'm going to let you name her. So Jamie's going to work on all of those things, deciding if she wants a Longhorn or not. And if she does, what kind of name will she come up with? You want to talk about?
Yet.
Huh? You don't know yet?
Nope. I have no idea yet. I am trying to get to know her. I have a few in mind, but I don't have anything I'm ready to share yet.
Okay. Well, what a romantic present. Yeah, Jamie still finds remnants of that present all over her and all over our clothes and our towels. Oh, we got stories to tell.
The towels.
Oh, do we have stories to tell?
Let's tell the towel story, Lester.
Please, I'm so embarrassed, Jamie. People are going to leave me in droves.
This
You
is
do know
good.
that.
This is a good one.
Okay.
Okay.
People,
I'm going to lean in for this
it was
one.
nice knowing y'all.
Okay.
Thank y'all for watching for as long as you did.
You know how there's too much. I must throw everything away. There's too much clutter.
I'm a minimalist.
I only want one coffee cup, even though I'll take it and leave it in the back of the side-by-side and never find it again. I only need one of this and one of this because I just can't handle the fact that you bring in extras of anything. I would like to introduce you to Mr. Two Towel Lester. Okay? 2 towels. 2. Why? Because mostly he's used them all for farm things that have happened over the years, and anything that he's brought home, I only send back what he's like. I don't send any extra because he will find a way to move it along to something. Okay. So because he doesn't want any more than that. So Mr. Two Towel Lester has 2 towels in the RV.
So she's talking about bath towels. There are a few dish rags. I've been gifted some dish towels.
Yes. But this cow is some
Big.
sort of Goliath and needed the same size towel that we use to shower. So I'm like, go get a towel. He's like, this is the towel. I'm like, the towel? He's like, this is the towel. I'm like, we have no more towels? He goes, I have dish towels. So he starts bringing out, I wish I could show them, those little gray things that are like the size of a paper towel. He's like bringing out 20 of them.
You guys get those are for like sweat towels, but there would work to clean off a baby. Anyway, Jamie runs in and gets my only last bath towel, and I'm like, we got to bathe tonight. Well, we did. We had to air dry.
He was like, the end of the world. He's like, it's the last towel. And I'm like, then keep more here. Like, what's wrong with you? We have towels. We are not towel deficient. He's like, well, I don't like to have anything in my cabinets.
No. That's not exactly the truth. That's not. I just like to be able to find what I need. And the more that I stick in cabinets, the harder it is to find stuff.
So anyway.
Please don't do the eyes that way, because people are going to just listen to me. I can watch my channel just. My numbers are declining. People are leaving me in droves. They're going to all form some lady alliance, and I'm going to be kicked off the internet.
I have restocked the towel situation for future births. We are perfectly suited now, and they're not in Lester's way where he has to look for anything. It can all be out. Like, Lester needs no closets, no cabinets, anything. He only needs things that can be displayed, and that's how he needs to live his life. Fine. But in the birthing situation, we're going to need some more towels.
But don't send them, guys.
No. We have
We're not
them.
asking you for towels. We have towels, okay?
We just did not have them at that property because Lester doesn't like to have things.
You make me sound like some kind of a weirdo. I like to have lesser. Lesser is more.
And then the second we need it, because we do, he's like, why don't we have it?
Okay. So let me say a couple of things. First of all, you will be very proud of me in the fact of that. Here we go. Once I realized that we're going to be in a situation, and once I confirmed that with Jamie and the fact that we did see the golden colors on that calf leg, meaning that's meconium problems, and at that point we realized that time is of the essence. So my first move was to try to get Charlene up into the lot. Once I realized she wasn't going to the lot, I went immediately. Well, Jamie was headed on over. And so while Jamie's driving over, instead of me just sitting there doing nothing, I drove up to the RV and I went straight to our supply kit. And our supply kit consists of so many things, except for towels, because I forgot that part. Okay.
Well,
we have
we've
big
also
gloves. We have short gloves. We have all of our, we have our pullers. We have our lubes. We have our betadine.
we had suction. We had like
we
so
have it
much,
all.
right?
We have it all.
And
And
like,
I grabbed what I needed and my lariat, just the wrong lariat rope. I grabbed the wrong darn rope. Jamie, I'm going to Google it for you later and show you.
I know that people already have asked if it's left-handed, but that's not what was going on. That's all I'm saying.
Why would I make that up? Like, what reasoning would I have?
The same way that when your boys lose a video game that they scream, "It lagged!"
Okay. You know what? There is plenty listen, there's plenty of video of me lariat lassoing tons of animals.
Here's how I know it wasn't left-handed, because you eventually got it. That's how I know.
Because I had to change and alter my hand style.
Oh.
And I got Ruby to leave me alone for those few minutes.
Okay.
So all I'm trying to say, I'm not trying to argue with you. I'm just trying to explain to you that there is a difference. But the main point here is that we have all the supplies we need. All I did not have were large enough towels. And I did not want to use my only 2 bath towels because I knew we were staying there at the RV that night and we were a mess.
Oh.
I don't think you know how we were a mess.
It was head to toe, and it was in places that you can't, and it's everywhere. And birth is beautiful, but birth is also so messy, and it's even more messy on a farm. And when I say everywhere, it was in my ears and it was in my armpits. It was everywhere. And it was both of us head to toe covered. And I guess also it was the first time that we've had a mom literally bolt, because most of the time mom participates in the cleanup. Yeah. And this mom ran and never looked back. And that was the first time that that's happened.
So in saying so, Jamie's right. I was ill-equipped for where she was at. The lot where I moved her to, where we moved her to, did not have a latch on the gate. And so we could not close that gate and leave it latched. And so once we got the baby out, I think that both of us, you and me both, went to saving that baby immediately.
Well, mom was not bleeding. Mom was not falling over. Like
it wasn't like Danny. It wasn't like Danny was when Danny was just like lifeless. This mom had a lot of life left in her. And once we were able to get that baby out, Jamie took the rope off and the mom left. She was getting the heck out of there. Very traumatic for her.
It was very traumatic. And
we kept thinking that maybe she would come back. And
because it would feel normal that she would,
Yeah. But I'll say one thing. If you don't remember, we had the same situation with Gracie.
Yeah.
Whenever Gracie had Danny and we had to help.
See, I wasn't there for that.
You weren't there. Gracie also took off. Gracie took off. And I followed Gracie around with Danny the entire afternoon. There's video of that. I followed Gracie around, and I kept presenting Danny to her over and over for hours, like 6 hours, before I finally says, Jamie, this cow has no interest in feeding this baby. She doesn't want that baby around her. And so I don't know if it's because of that thing that y'all talk about, that first impression, or that you make that impression or whatever you call it. You know what I don't
imagine
know.
That the pain is what, and that they were young, and I like, that's what I envisioned it to be about. It was traumatic in a way that we tried really hard to get her into the first lot and it didn't work. So then she gets to the second lot with her friends where she feels like she's safe. And during that time, the greatest pain of her whole life happens. Yes, she doesn't want anything to do with it.
Yeah.
So she ran.
Yeah.
And so the cleanup was 100% us. And the need for us to keep cleaning it up because it was meconium was so great. And not because meconium can't be on their body, but because you want to continue to stimulate them so that they exude. Is it exude? That they
exhale, maybe?
That you want them to cough it up. You want everything to potentially, all fluid to come out. So you are trying to get them to
imprint.
You're trying to stimulate them, to get their blood flow, to get, and you want them to stand. And
I thought, and no one commented on this. No,
expel. Thank you. Expel.
No one commented on this, Jamie, about how clever it was for me to tell you to take a piece of straw, tickle her nose, and make her sneeze it up. And that's something that I learned from Farmer Ben.
Oh.
And so once again, I've gotten better.
You have gotten way better.
But no one commented on that. Why does Lester want you to take straw and tickle her nose?
Because I think it seemed very natural to all of us. I think that all of us were like, yeah, anything to make
her, she could sneeze it, and then whatever she may have in her little system there could expel that as best as possible.
Yeah, I think that a lot of us felt like that was very normal thing. I didn't question you about it because you were right. So I was like, let's just go. But I think that a lot of people just thought, yeah. Great,
they're making okay. Well, anyway, I just hope that would something that would gain me a little bit of support here.
At the end of the, go ahead.
I was proud of ourselves for having the all the stuff for the umbilical cord, but we did not think to have ourselves a spray bottle. So we had to pour it. We had to pour it. Okay.
It got on. It got on 3 separate
all
times.
Over my truck and all over our clothes. Listen, so let's hope the stuff doesn't stain.
It
okay.
Does. Listen, we pulled it for I'll call it a midnight rendezvous because that's what it was. All of our personal fears about snakes and critters and weeds that were up to our knees and being in the dark,
we would have never done by day. We did at night.
We would have been terrified. We put it all aside. And all jokes aside about the banter between us and the things that we say in those moments, like we did high five at the end of it. And then here we are. And I take a lot of pride in the way that we've always handled stressful situations. And it started probably all the way back in Imelda. And then, like I'm talking about peak high risk situations. It may not be pretty to anyone else. And if anyone else hurt us, they would be like, those two hate each other's guts.
Yeah. That's people don't get. People have forgotten how you and your partners banter, and that becomes endearing to you.
But again, when it's done, we did it.
You know what I think? Tell me if I'm right. How many of you have lost your partner, maybe through age or something, and you missed the banter, compared to how many are still with your partner and you can't stand his ass, but one day you will miss the banter that you had? Sometimes you don't know what you got until it's gone. But I think that we made a great team. And just like a team in football, you hear the coaches screaming and hollering, the players are getting onto each other's. And that's what sometimes in the heat of the battle, the battlefield. Have you never watched battle scenes in war movies? What's that? What are you reading? Tell me what you just read.
Randy just goes, I can't stand his ass.
Randy says, I can't stand his ass. But no, I do believe that you become familiar with you and your partner and how you banter back and forth. And you make it work. So there's no hate, there's no animosity, there's just frustration in not being able to effectively communicate exactly what each other needs to do, maybe. But you're
just seeing things different angles.
Yeah.
You also are in the heat of the moment based on your own experiences, trying to keep yourself and the other person safe while doing what's right for the animal. And that's unpredictable.
Yeah. And then remember that there's a very big difference in us discussing, even if it's a heated discussion about what to do in a scenario like that, compared to emotional abuse. There's no abuse happening here. Jamie,
the emotion is about the situation. It's not directed at each other. I don't walk away and go, God, he spoke to me in ways that I never like. No, it is a very stressful moment.
No, you don't bash and belittle. In the video part that I left, the part where I did see a lot of people upset with me in the comments is whenever you had gotten that first grip on that baby's legs without the strap. You were holding
Yeah.
with your hand with a glove, with a slippery glove.
I'm like
And
peeling
I
off
says-
the slime and trying
And
so
I says,
hard.
listen, I says, when that mama begins to walk away, she knows that you can't pull. So she's going to pull and you're going to like pull. I says, you can't let go. And at that point, mom began to do her part and Jamie ended up slipping. And Jamie screamed back at me, I can't. And a lot of folks didn't like that because they felt like I was making you feel lesser. But I just knew, because I'd been in a situation before a few times similar. And so it's okay, guys.
My feelings were not hurt. I'm when I scream, I can't. Like that was just my reaction to like, I tried everything I can. And this is, I was limited by this tiny little 4x4 square that my hands are in. Like I needed to be able to go down. And I knew that, but here we are,
But, and then also, guys, Jamie learned a lot that night too. So I was able to let her be the one to tie the calf puller. So that was beautiful seeing her get over there and be able to get behind and tie that calf puller.
I was so afraid that mom was going to kick me, but I also was reading mom. And again, Lester knows Longhorns 10 times better than I do. I feel like if it was a horse, I know their body, that I know those things. I was just so nervous that she was just going to plow back and be like, don't touch me. It hurts.
Yeah.
And so I was hesitating and trying to be brave, but also like super hesitant because I do not know them like he does. And we did it.
We did it. And then it was just beautiful. But no, I think that by working together, I could not have done that without you. And I do think that as timely and as fast as we were able to get that calf out of there from the time that we first noticed the meconium until baby's on the ground. We don't know exactly how much was ingested, but what we do know is baby's not running a fever. Baby doesn't seem to have any breathing issues like a pneumonia kind of a thing. And so if you remember, Danny's baby had already had the pneumonia and sepsis because of the time that it was exposed to all of those things, right? And how much it inhaled or ingested.
How long they're stuck matters.
How long they're stuck. And so we feel like we're going to be fine here. And then I will say one last thing. For all the folks who were upset that we did not take that baby to the university or somewhere immediately, guys, remember that when we took Danny's baby to the university, the doctors met us and told us that there's not a lot that they can do. There's not a lot. She goes, we could do a plasma, this and that. And they charged us $3,500, but they told us that this baby's probably not going to live. And we says, just try. We'll pay for you to perform a miracle here. And so whatever the doctor told us they were going to do, we did ourselves with this baby. And so Hank. So I'm not trying to say that we would not have rushed this baby to the doctor as well, and we certainly would have if we had to have. But the doctor told us
different things, right? So yeah, we learned from that experience, and the doctors told us that you count respirations, you dipping the umbilical cord as many times as you have to, taking temperature, clear the airway, and watch for signs. The fact that this baby was trying to stand up within 30 minutes was a dynamic difference than Danny's calf. Also, though, this baby was not nearly as stuck as Danny's baby was, or as long.
Yeah.
So this baby was positioned appropriately.
Yeah. Let's not forget that Danny's babies had no legs protruding. Its neck was twisted under.
Lester had to go in.
Yeah. This baby, his legs were twisted this way, but he was in the right position, and then his head was turned backwards
to
the right. So all Jamie had to do was whenever the head began to come here, she had to just go a little bit and just reshifted it a little bit. And so I think that we're going to be fine here. I do think we're going to be fine. And
I say with caution, like, we're not out of the woods yet.
No, certainly not. But we got the colostrum to the baby. We got several bottles. That baby eats, and that baby is very vocal, and that baby is a bundle of joy. So we're going to keep praying for that baby, but I'll tell you what, it is a huge baby. We've also we're going to go ahead and say now that we're going to have to move Waylon along, guys. As much as we love Waylon and his personality, he's just pushing out too big of babies. And Waylon might be fine for our big girls, but ultimately Waylon just pushes out really big babies. And I don't know if that's the root cause of both these situations, but Waylon is the dad of all of these really big babies.
Yeah.
So we will have to, at some point before we go into a next breeding season, which we're nowhere near there right now, we're in our birthing season, Waylon will have to be moved along.
Yeah.
All right. And so we will try to look around and find the best possible home for Waylon. Okie dokie. He makes big babies. Yeah. He's a beautiful bull and he's funny and we love him, but he just makes really big babies.
Yeah. It's unfortunate because you just can't. There's a lot of ranchers, I've read a lot about this, of like they don't really want that in their, in their heifers, like their first time moms. You don't want them to have big babies.
Well, hold on. I would say that for what we do, we don't do for beef production anyway.
No,
we're not beef producers here. So we don't sell by the pound, if you know what I mean. If you were a beef producer, then you would want to get the most bang for your buck. In saying so, you want to have, since Longhorns are not very costly as far as they don't take a lot from you, they can eat almost anything and survive anywhere. They help clean pastures up. I know that we do a lot for our Longhorn that we wouldn't have to, but we just do because we're able to. But no, we don't need big beefy cows. We don't need big beefy cows like some folks would. So, but Waylon produces big beefy cows. Look at Prince Willie Joe and Lord Grayson, just big beefy cows. So, but no, Jamie will absolutely be in charge of whatever we do with that baby's naming. And so, and good for her. That was a wonderful, wonderful experience that we did together. Now, I will say if in case you're wondering, well, Lester, if you wanted Jamie to do it all, how come at the very end y'all switch places? It's very hard. And it required a little bit more strength than what Jamie was able to do. So all we did there at the end was switch spots, and she went ahead and held the rope, and then I went ahead and did the pulling.
I could also feel his anxiety flaring about how it was taking longer, and I was nervous of like, maybe I'm doing this wrong. So why not hand it over to the person who's done it before? I am not so egotistical to think that, no, I must do it all. No, it is literally about mom and baby at that point in time, and you do what's right for them. And that's perfectly fine. I was so glad that he was there to say, do you want me to do it? Instead of just
do it, Jamie Paul.
Yeah. Okay. So I have a funny thing to talk about, because
don't forget that before this is over, I'm going to refer back to what happened last night in bed.
Okay, fine. I have one funny thing. You're talking about how in a coach and football team situation, about how the coach just screams and does things like that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When Lester and I first started dating, he would send me videos of his events of his life, right? So he was coaching at that time. He was coaching middle school football. And this is like early on, probably before we actually met, to be honest with you. And like before we went on that, fajita lunch date. He sends me a video from the night before. He goes, I'm so embarrassed. Please don't laugh at me. Well, duh, that's like an open door to laugh. Do you know where I'm going with this?
I have no idea.
He is losing his ever-loving mind at the referees, at the kids, at the situation, whatever. And the phone is in his hand. So you only hear really him. I don't know football. I have no idea what the hell's going on. But at one point in time, he calls the refs dummies. You dummies! You dummies! And like loses his mind completely. Not to their face. They're all the way across the thing. And he's just like losing it. And then in the same time, the kids come back and he's like, great job, boys. Like he totally like flips it off like that. And I'm just like, this is when your heart is in something and you're so emotional about it that you just like fire things off and it just falls out and you don't even know what you're saying. I wish that I still had that video because it was hilarious. But I do feel like that it gave me some insight as to the stressed Lester Morrow as to what to expect in it. Now, he's never called me a dummy. Those things have never come out. and he's never cursed me, any of those things. But in stressful moments, Lester can find very creative ways to let his emotion out that are middle school appropriate. That's where I was going with this.
Well, I had no idea that ever would have come out of my mouth, Jamie.
See?
It's going to be really hard to segue into what I was going to talk about with some of the comments.
Okay.
Now that you said that I called referees dummies,
You did.
I was going to say that there was a time for the folks who were being so upset with me. There was a time when I used to excuse those people and say, it's okay. They're just probably going through something. It's okay. Y'all leave Brenda alone. She's probably going through something. Don't be so hard on so-and-so. They're probably going through something. And I would just ignore these comments. I would try to ignore them because we always assume that folks are probably going through something.
Yeah, we give grace.
But then you got to remember that you and I have also been through plenty. And whenever we're going through something, we don't turn into assholes. We don't start screaming and hollering and telling people horrible things because we're having a bad day. So we don't go crazy and tell people stuff. I've never turned into a jerk because I'm going through something. So I'm going to be a jerk to you. So we've all been through stuff. So I'm kind of tired of me being so forgiving on the folks who just demand to scream and holler and yell, and then later email, I'm sorry for what I said. I've just blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we all go through stuff, guys. We all go through stuff. So please put your ears pretty. All right. Jamie's not upset. I'm not upset. So I don't see a reason for you to be. Thank you, moderators, for working so hard this morning. I'm so sorry. All right. Can I finish this up with what happened in bed last night?
Just remember, this is Lester's doped up version that you're hearing. Sure.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Okay. So it is true that after we got home from the JL Ranch after another, not near as dramatic a night. Okay. It was not near a dramatic a night. So like I said, it's everything is fine. We got babies are dropping, y'all. It's raining men over there. Okay. And you'll hear those stories soon. But after Jamie drove over and helped me out and calmed me down and make sure that all was fine with everything, and then we finally got back. We did go eat afterwards. We did go to eat, and we finally got back home. And I did. It was late, and I took my nighttime concoction, and I was in bed, and I got myself into my cozy, comfy position, and I'm dozing off. And I hear her over there talking, and I'm only half awake and I'm back and forth to consciousness. And at some point I'm like, huh? And whatever. And she goes, oh, I'm sorry. I guess that chickens are not near as interesting as Longhorn. And so all I did was I woke full up at that point, and I turned around and I put my hand over her. But she at that point turned her back to me. And I says, listen, I'm falling asleep. I says, I'm not trying to not talk about your chickens, but I'm like falling asleep. So just, you all know that I was not trying to not let her talk about chickens. It's that we do talk about chickens a lot. I know all about chickens. I know all about them. And I just wanted to remind her that I'll be happy to talk chickens, just not right now when I'm already like doped up and falling asleep midnight late on so that's all I wanted to clarify. Okay. So I talk chickens aplenty.
I don't think that's how I actually said it, but.
No, that's exactly what you said. And that's why I woke straight up, turned around, put my arm around you and says, I would love to talk chickens, just not right now because I'm asleep. Yeah.
And here we are having coffee with you this morning.
And as soon as we're done, we'll probably talk chickens. I'll probably go out and look at them and hold them, and she'll make me hold them, and she'll make me get to know their names.
Stop it.
And she'll tell me every name.
Stop it.
I will say this. This is the craziest thing about chickens. When we went to eat, we had some leftovers, some things that I don't care for too much. We went to Mexican food. It was the only thing open that late.
Yes.
But pico de gallo. If you don't know about pico de gallo, it's like this combo of tomatoes, onions,
peppers,
peppers,
lime.
cilantro. They also have guacamole, and they at this place they put the pico de gallo and the guacamole side by side because a lot of people like to dip it. I don't care for either one of those things. I had a little bit of rice left over. I did not eat all of one of my little tortillas. I had some tacos al carbon, which is like beef on a grill, all right, in a taco. Jamie didn't eat all of her food, which was a few little things. But Jamie wanted the box. She wanted to take everything home.
Which I normally don't do. Like,
no.
Hey, years have passed, I just don't.
And I'm like, why are we taking this home for? Because I'm thinking we're not going to eat this little bit of scrap. And she goes, oh, no, it's from my chickens. Guys, do you know that you put anything in that chicken yard and those chickens come running like it's the best day of their life, and they will eat it till it's completely gone. And chickens eat guac. Chickens eat that guac.
They love it.
And they eat all of that stuff, and they ate every piece of that tortilla, and they share. They share with each other, and they eat every grain of rice.
The rooster will call the ladies over. He'll eat and tell everybody that he has something food, and then he will serve his ladies. And it's the funniest thing to watch.
Well,
sorry.
Yeah, I had no idea that chickens will eat anything. And we've taken scraps. The one morning when I cooked the omelets or the scrambled eggs, we took all those scraps over. Good. They ate every chicken shell. They ate the egg shells, and they ate the pieces of onion, and they eat everything.
They ate the rest of the tortilla. They ate the meat that Lester didn't eat. Like, they had my peppers. I had fajitas, so I had also the beans. Like, chickens will eat anything.
That's crazy.
Literally anything. I cut up some cucumbers and things like that from the garden, like peppers from the garden, anything like that. And did you know that pepper, like crushed red pepper and things like that, and cayenne in their feed is a dewormer for them as well?
I had no idea.
Yeah, it's pretty impressive. The eggshells are calcium for them. They're a wonderful cleanup crew, and they love it.
All right. Well, listen, we have a busy day. Like I said, we got more videos coming out, guys. We're not trying to video overload you, but what we do want to try to do is give you as much in real time as possible. You don't want to watch things that are a week old, do you? Nobody wants to watch videos that are a week old. So allow us to put the videos out.
Oh, wait, you can't say that. I have a video of my mom still that has to be.
No, I mean, I know sometimes you have to, sometimes we have to, but we try to also not overload, because I know that you guys have lives, okay? But let us tell our stories, but let us do it in as real and close to real time as possible, even if it means sometimes you get 3 videos instead of 2, or you get 4 instead of 3, or whatever. And then the last thing I want to do is I have to apologize. Last night, I did not do Kahoot because I was in fact out with a cow having a calf. And you guys know how I am, even though moms don't always need me. And I agree, cows have been having babies a lot longer than Lester's been on this earth. I get that. But I just like to be there. And I'm glad that I've been able to be there the last couple of times. So I'm a little bit nervous, maybe a little bit kind of PTSD right now. And I was not able to go on and do a Kahoot. So I'm so sorry for that. And but just understand that this is a busy time of year for Lester. And I told Jamie that last night. I said, but every baby born, we get a little bit closer to the end of this birthing season, and it'll all be fine. But we did have another successful, I will say very successful birth last night. So we were feeling blessed this morning. Okay. So that's all I wanted to say about that.
Okay.
Thank y'all for watching. We're going to end this video the same way we started it, with a pony heart. And we hope that you all can find yourselves and live your life with a pony's heart. How about that, Jamie?
To lose what you know and start again. To be unsure but still step in. To dig deep down and find that spark. is to live your life with a pony heart, to not fit in and not really care, to find your kind no matter where, to make your way in the darkest dark, is to live your life with a pony heart. Now you stand where you belong, in a life that's gentle, safe and strong, under open skies, where journeys start. That's the way of a pony heart. To hold your ground and keep your pace, to turn the years with quiet grace, to know what's next is the sweetest part, is to live your life with a pony heart. So trust the strength that brought you here. So guard the bonds you hold most dear. So keep your joy and make your mark. Just live